morning, Qing Dynasty. I'm San Bei.
And I'm Barack Biala. This is Qing National News bringing you your weekly scoop of what's happening around the Qing Dynasty. Today is the 3rd of January, 1901.
Now, we've been getting a lot of letters asking about British imperialism lately as the rebellion is reaching a peak. Therefore, this will be a special showing where we at QNN will be discussing British imperialism that has permeated through our dynasty.
We will be going through a few interviews with our lead interviewers, Sophia Hu and Mira Deva, as well as going to some reporters on the ground for an accurate close-up, looking at the effects of imperialism in our society today.
However, before we get into anything too deeply, we should first go to our generous sponsor, Empress Cixi, who will define for those who do not know what imperialism really is.
大家好，我亲爱的臣民。帝国主义是一个外国国家扩大影响力在另一个国家上，在政治、经济或武力。你可能已经看到这些外国人干的可怕的事情。这是中国的一个可怕的时间段。我公开支持正义与和谐的叛乱。
With that being said, let's take a closer look at how British imperialism originated in our dynasty with opium. One of our lead reporters, Sophia Hu, sat down with one of the most influential politicians of our time, right here in our studio on a tape a long time ago.
Excellent. Let's roll the recording.
大家好，我是胡瑞。我今天是跟林则徐先生，他是领导烧鸦片和中国民族的一个英雄。在18和19世纪时，很多贸易进入了中国。清朝政府决定跟外国人极限贸易，只在 Canton 让他们贸易。英国人只要中国的产品和东西，可是中国人只要英国人的金子，一个很大的迷差就产生了。在英国、荷兰和俄人都想进入中国的贸易，可是都没有成功。最后，1917年，英国人发现卖鸦片可以让中国人进入他们的贸易，这也可以减少逆差，让他们的印度殖民地赚钱。清朝不愿意他们卖中国鸦片，慢慢的政府借了那么多钱，他们需要把林则徐送进去。林则徐先生，我们今天会跟他的背景开始吧。你是怎么到领导烧鸦片？
我是生在福建福州，我的父亲是在清朝当官。大家都觉得我很聪明，我很小的时候就拿到进士，和进了翰林学校。但是越来越人开始抽鸦片的时候，皇帝派我去广东去停鸦片的进去。你看，鸦片真的是先从 Turkey 和阿拉伯的商人，他们先给中国在晚的6和7末期。像你说的，贸易越来越兴盛的时候，那些白人国家，他们都想去中国。他们有很少东西可以给中国的贸易人，和他们都是用银去买。那些白人找到鸦片，和他们是在印度找到鸦片，和发现他们可以用鸦片跟中国贸易。那些鸦片都害了中国，需要罚钱，和让那些白人去买越来越钱。可是这其实让清朝更多有钱。
那卖鸦片是怎么影响了中国？而且这是怎么影响了
在1820年，鸦片害了那些中国人都没有钱，和那些白人 都变了很有钱，因为这个政府亏了钱去停那些中国人不高兴他们要打架的人。在1830年，很多那些连政府的人都在开始抽鸦片。你看，连岛宫皇帝和很多他的宫殿都在抽鸦片。因为那个宫殿都要停这个鸦片，可是很多政府因为他们抽鸦片就不要他们这些东西，这害了在宫殿有很多吵架。有一些人觉得中国不应该像这样那么亏钱，和他们很怕这鸦片在害这些中国人，他们觉得应该有更多的法律去把这些鸦片的人把他们停掉。但是还有一些人觉得这些鸦片都很好，所以我们应该抽更多。我自己是觉得鸦片很不好，最后皇帝也觉得我是对的，和他派我去 Canton。
那你是怎么康复鸦片贸易？
在8月1838年，我跟皇帝讲，我觉得鸦片很不好，和我给他一些东西，所以他会听我。最后，皇帝派我去Canton，去和河北和河南去停鸦片。在那里很难，因为有很多人在贸易鸦片，所以很难处理这些问题。有一些人需要被在一字绑到汉，所以他们才不会抽鸦片。在第1月，我已经停了1700贸易人在广东，和把很多鸦片丢在海里面。我也有给 Queen Victoria 送一封信，跟他讲我的想法。
这件信是被商人抢走了，所以 Queen Victoria 最后没有得到这件信。女格兰读到这件信之前，商人就已经跟中国人打仗了。英国和中国的敌意非常高。1839年第一个鸦片战就开始了，在海上打仗。可是信后来在 Time 上面发表了。
在我的信里面，我跟那个 Queen Victoria 跟他讲，他应该停鸦片。他怎么可能给我们这些那么坏的东西？你看，连他自己国家他都说不行抽鸦片。我听说他是个很好的人，所以我觉得他可以听我的话。我们中国人给那些白人很多好的东西，他们怎么可能给我们这些很烂的东西？
对，你自己是怎么看鸦片的贸易和战？
我很爱中国，和我觉得打仗一定会发生。你看，我们把这些很烂的人我们都需要把这些很烂的人推走在中国里面。但是打仗不会发生，他们那些白人听我们的话，这整个就不会发生。
那谢谢林则徐先生。
这是我的。
Now, there's a lot of tension in the air with this rebellion going on, isn't there?
Yes, against the British imperialism. If only the barbarians were stopped back during the Opium Wars.
Yeah, but those wars were pretty devastating, weren't they?
Why don't we go over to our interviewer, Mira, and her second guest for some more information on the Opium Wars?
Great idea.
I'm here with former Manchu Governor General who wishes to stay anonymous. I'll just call him Mr. Governor General to keep it simple for all of us. Mr. Governor General, could you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Certainly. I was born a Manchu and thus rose through the ranks and became a Governor General or commanding officer during the Opium Wars. There was never a more embarrassing time in the history of China than the time period that I fought through.
Right now, there's a lot of suffering and many young men are dying trying to fight to expel the foreigners taking part of our country and internal affairs. Why didn't the Manchus shove Westerners out during the Opium Wars?
Well, we couldn't in both wars. As I recall, the First Opium War began in 1839 because the Qing Commissioner Lin Sen-shu seized and destroyed 20,000 crates of British imported opium under the orders of the Emperor.
I heard that the Qing army greatly outnumbered the British. How did China manage to lose the First War?
Well, the Qing army was truly huge. We outnumbered the British by a big margin, but defeat closed in on the seas and on land. Our fleet of wooden junks fell quickly to the added iron steamships, and our land armies could not push back even the small British force that landed because their muskets and cannons were too accurate. The Emperor had no choice but to plead for peace.
Interesting. What happened after your loss with the British?
Well, we were forced to sign the Treaty of Nanking, which is unequal, as we the Chinese were forced to open up to more trade with other countries such as Russia, give up Hong Kong to Britain, and abolish import taxes and barriers, while the British had no obligations. I do not have to mention that opium came in steadily with no impediment.
Okay, but if you signed a treaty, how did the Second Opium War start?
Well, some officials captured a ship and its Chinese crew because they were suspected of piracy and smuggling. Britain demanded that they be released under the treaty, and a year later we went to war.
Could you tell us more about the treaty?
Let's just say that the Qing dynasty was opened up even more to Western influence and trade. They controlled their economy and foreign relations pretty much at gunpoint.
That's awful. Well, thank you for your time. Now back to Sandra.
Those were awful times indeed.
But the present isn't any better with this infamous Boxer rebellion going on right now.
Let's go down to our on-site reporter, Jeffrey, to talk about the rebellion.
Great idea. What's going down, Jeffrey?
I am here in an undisclosed part of Beijing with a rebel who is labeled as a boxer. Would you like to speak?
The Westerners are combining their forces. Look around us, fellow Chinese. The enemies are all around us. Us, the boxers, we need to take back Beijing. Death to all of these barbarians.
Well, it seems like the spirit of the rebels is still going strong, despite these 2 years of resistance. Now back to you, bro.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Now let's go to Parv, who is on site with some protesters who are protesting against the Manchu government and foreigners in a different section of the country.
What are you protesting against?
The foreigners, of course. Ever since China has been dominating the silver industry, the Europeans have not been trading with us equally. All of us Chinese merchants work so hard to export a variety of silk, porcelain, and tea, and they have nothing to give us back. Now the Europeans bring this addictive drug called opium, which our government has banned because apparently it's very dangerous. But at the same time, the Manchu government has barely been enforcing the bans. So, in fact, our Manchu government has been so useless and corrupt, it really makes me angry.
You speak of opium ruining your society. How has your life changed after the Opium Wars and when opium was entered freely?
I definitely saw a decrease of workers on the farm. Many people were going to opium dens nearby, neglecting their work. I was losing money and profit, and there were way too many jobs for way too little people, and now with foreigners coming in, there's even less for us to do.
Even before the wars, my already poor family was losing even more due to the opium dens and the rich spending fortunes for their opium habits. Our country was losing silver due to the hundreds of opium imports from Great Britain. Rumor has it that the foreigners declared war on us when the government tried to protect us from opium. These foreigners are being nothing but trouble with them. How am I supposed to feed my family when the government taxes me for their palaces? The foreigners rob me of my money, and the country is incapacitated.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have a moment of your time to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Yeah, we're actually doing an interview right now.
Oh, you want to interview me? Oh, go ahead. Ask away.
Yeah, sure. Where are you from?
Dublin, Ireland.
What are you here to do?
My husband, William Russell, and I are Anglican missionaries with the Church Missionary Society.
And what are you trying to accomplish here in China?
Well, of course, our main goal is to spread the gospel and convert people to Christianity, but we're also trying to help people overcome their opium addictions with the Anti-Opium League in China, and we're trying to increase the role of women in Chinese societies, especially by discouraging foot binding.
And now, back to the desk.
Qi Baishi is a very famous artist who was born on November 22nd, 1863 in Xiantang, China. Qi Baishi was born in a peasant family in the time where rising ranks was almost impossible. During this imperial era, Baishi became a carpenter at the young age of 14, where he learned to paint by himself. From there, Baishi's career took off as an artist as he developed a new modern style where he depicted peasant life in his artwork. Here he is now. This is Qi Baishi. Ni hao, Mia.
As a child, I used to work as a carpenter, but my dad influenced me to draw watercolor paintings. This is a painting of one of my first influences of Chinese pottery, and from there, I used to draw watercolor paintings such as peaches and butterflies, sweet-scented osmanthus, eagle standing on a pine tree, and long melons.
Amazing.
They each sell for about 10 pieces of silver each, and most of the time I like to draw small animals and flowers, but here I took a more abstract point of view.
Wow, that's very cool.
My first painting was actually a watercolor rooster, but as time went on, I started the cultural movement where I introduced oil paintings and many sculptures.
So before the 1800s, people were tired of the same culture and the same pottery, and they kept seeing the same watercolor paintings, the same style of paintings, and the same caricatures. So the opening of the King ports, and after the Second Opium War, we introduced more Western styles of art. And this is an example of one of my more Western style of art using oil and pastel colors. And this is a more European and Chinese style combined painting. And some people rejected this style of painting because it introduced Western methods, but other people, such as scholars, such as me, who started the cultural movement, made paintings like this. And we also started doing sculpture, such as this type of piece. This is actually one of my models. I made it out of bamboo when I was little, and it's one of my first pottery styles, but it's not actually made out of clay, it's made out of bamboo. And assistant, this is actually one of my handmade pieces made out of wood, and this sold for about 12 pieces of silver. This is actually, if you open it up, it holds many paintings and many different styles of food, actually, too. And that is it. Thank you so much, Mr. Baishi. My pleasure. She.
Beautiful paintings. Quite a sight for our sore eyes. I guess good things have come from foreign influence.
Yeah, especially since the open door policy protected us somewhat and prevented other countries trying to monopolize our trade. Things are getting better.
On the topic of different types of influences, how about we now show Bharat's first interview?
Oh, no, I think you can wait.
Oh, come on, man. It has some critical information on spheres of influence. Roll the tape, Jack.
Hello, I'm here talking with intellectual Stephen May about foreign influence in China. I've been hearing a lot about spheres of influence. Can you tell us a little more about spheres of influence on China?
Sure, Bharat. A sphere of influence is a region of a state or organization that has significant foreign, cultural, economic, military, or political influence. Currently, China is being heavily controlled by foreign power in different sections, or spheres of influence. A few of the major cities that are spheres of influence are Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Ningbo.
Can you describe how cities under spheres of influence differ from ones without?
The cities with spheres of influence are much more industrialized. There are many companies that are created by successful foreign merchants, such as the HK Shanghai Bank, Western architecture is much more prevalent, such as the Astor House Hotel in Shanghai.
Interesting. How did the Chinese government react to these spheres of influence?
The Manchus couldn't really react to these spheres of influence because the European nations helped them during the Boxer Rebellion. The United States did introduce the open door policy where they asked European nations with spheres of influence in China to protect China's special privileges on taxes and territories. They also allowed foreigners to use treaty ports freely.
Thank you, Mr. May. That's all we have today. Thank you. Man, not cool.
Let's wrap it up with our usual weather report by Devin.
Hey, Devin.
Thanks, Son. Thanks, Baroth. Today is cloudy and overcast with cooler temperatures, perfect for riots and rebellions. As we move into the later afternoon, we may see some scattered blood showers. Let's move on to our 7-day forecast. Today is a great day to enjoy the rain and play outside with pitchforks and torches. Tomorrow, there is a great chance of oppression brought by the dark and gloomy rain. Thursday, there will be lots of thunderstorms with all the repercussions. Now, let us take a look at the national weather. Weather-wise, it was a pretty barbaric week, with 13 casualties. It seems to be a very cold-blooded night for many residents here in China. That's all for our weather here on QNN. Back to you, Son and Baroth.
I think that concludes all the major topics that need discussing today.
Thank you for watching. Tune in next week for some more juicy information on imperialism in the Qing Dynasty on our own showing of QNN. Stay classy, Qing Dynasty.